Hello and welcome back to the channel, where today I am going to take these two mufflers and I'm going to perform a muffler mod. They're really going to sing like canaries. I don't know what kind of accent I'm doing today, but I'm doing something. So this right here is, oh shoot, that just stripped my little thing. Oh, somebody asked me about my elbow. Shoot. So tennis elbow. I know that it's odd that I'm talking about this while I'm working on a muffler. Tennis elbow is, as I understand it, and I've had it several times. Oh, that ain't coming out. These muscles right here. And whenever April was dry needling me in that video, she fixed that completely. Now, the secondary problem that I have right now is I have caused some sort of damage to the tendon that hooks on right here. And that still isn't better. Still causing a problem. But she can't dry needle that. Dry needle is for the muscles, and whenever you feel your muscles popping back and forth, you like get pop, pop, right? Like you're running over the seam of your crotch with one nut goes to the other side. Whenever it's like that, that means that muscle is tense and tightened up, and the dry needling goes in there and pokes those and puts little holes in there and allows blood flow so that muscle can relax and heal. So anyways, my elbow's still doing not the greatest. That's for, who was it, Darren? Did you? I can't remember who it was that asked. Anyways, so this is the muffler off of the 268, and I was just trying to open these screws up and everything, and can't do it without some proper beading at least. Nope. So I'm just going to have to cut that off and weld that closed. This right here is the muffler for my Jansared 2055. That's the hot boy. That's the, I think it's 54 cc's, might be 53, you know. But yeah, that's the one that's hot. Spinning 14,500 RPMs from the factory, you know, with this clogged up muffler. That's a hot little saw. Doesn't have any torque, but it sure does have RPM. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut both of these open and modify them. We're going to do a muffler mod. We're going to make them sing like canaries. Look how blocked up that is. So we got to cut all this out. Woo. Also extremely blocked up. Got to remove all this. Annie, are you okay? Say, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Okay, in order to keep everything lined up as good as possible, I take two bolts that are pretty darn close to the right size of those tubes, put them down in there. You know, if anything gets out of whack or anything like that, I bend it back and try and get all the seams to line up as closely as I can. Okay, so here we are. Nice big muffler mod. That's one of the, yeah, I don't know, what do you call it, deflectors that Dino Joe offers. Dino Joe Mods. Go to his channel. On his channel, you'll be able to find a link. These things are very handy. They work well, too. Anyways, very, very handy. He has them for sale on his website. Dino Joe Mods. That's one of the bigger ones. That hole back there is really big. You can't see it, but boy, it's a really big open muffler now. Oh, come on. How you gonna sit on there? Well, I'll put you on the ground. Don't want you to fall. So as it is, I have it tuned with the tack. A lot of people have asked me about my tack. The tack is an Opama, O-P-P-A-M-A, Opama. Yeah, whenever I first heard it, I thought somebody was saying Obama, but no, it's Opama. It's a PET, which stands for Pulse Electronic Tachometer, I believe. 304, PET 304, Opama. Works good. It doesn't have, it doesn't capture highest RPMs and things like that, but it does work well. Let me go ahead and just put my earplugs in because it is a little bit loud. It's not bad though. Whenever you do them off to the side like this and just deflect it, it's not that loud because the canister itself, right? And that's why the pipe mufflers actually offer more power. But the canister itself, whenever the exhaust fumes go in there, it's like going into a pillow. It's like boof, and it just opens out and spreads up, and you get no direction and stuff. So the pipe mufflers do create more power, but the open cans with a nice big opening over here, they offer power as well, and they're not nearly as loud as a pipe muffler. Let's see what she'll do. There's a big knot right here. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and get through that. I'll do a couple test cuts. Yeah, it damn sure feels a lot more powerful. Son of a bitch. Let's see how it's cut speed. much. This thing might have an air leak. It's running funny. Okay, did it feel like it was faster? Absolutely it did. Did it feel like it was faster than the Direwolf? Yeah, I gotta say it did. Whether it was or not, I don't know. Completely, multiple times over, I have learned my lesson with that. You think it feels like this, and it turns out it feels like that, blah, blah, blah. I am pretty sure the wood's a little bit bigger, but whatever. Who cares? We're just testing these things. It does seem like maybe there is a touch of an air leak, but it's a small one. So, whenever I port and polish this thing, I'll just put new crank seals in it. Probably be done with it. That'll be it. But yeah, she runs good. She runs sweet. And I think that what we just saw was, and again, I got a great deal on it. Don't expect to find these kind of deals, but if you keep looking, you will find these kind of deals. They're out there, and you'll find them. I've been doing this now for probably 4 years, something like that. And all of a sudden, finally, I find a deal like this where, honestly, I have like $75 in this saw. It's amazing, right? That's just an amazing deal. It's such a good, clean example of a 268, which is a very good saw. And I've got like 75 bucks in it. But so, with that being said, what I think that we just saw was a Muffler Mod on a $75 saw just beat a ported Echo 620, which is their best medium weight saw that they have. I know some people would talk about the 680 or 670, and I've never ran one, so I don't know for sure. But I do know that they're like tractors, and that's what I've been told and seen and stuff like that. Although Muffler Delete, he turned that one up that he sent to Taz. He turned that up. He did a good job. Oh, look up Muffler Delete, you know. But it beat. I think that what we just witnessed there, or what we will witness whenever I do the head-to-head matchup, is an old 268 with a muffler mod that I got for 75 bucks. Beat the Echo 620p Direwolf that's actually been ported and polished and muffler modded, and it beat the $1,000 Steel MS400, which is top of the line, new age technology, magnesium piston, M-tronic, fuel, blah, 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 blah. That's always $1,000. $75 and a muffler mod, and I believe I just beat it. Yeah. So, now, am I saying this is a better saw than that 400? In many ways, I think that it is. In many ways, I think that it is. I think that this is a more solid, more reliable, proven saw. I don't know that steel will stand the test of time. It's been my experience that on all brands, whenever they do the stratified cylinder, they run hot. And you know, they're supposed to run hot. They're running them as lean as possible because of emissions, and there's an extra charge of air getting thrown in there to help burn all the excess fuel. So they're designed to run that way, and therefore they burn up more easily. But this thing's awesome. This thing's awesome. At least for now, I am definitely just going to stick with this cylinder, port and polish it, and I bet you I'll have a winner, man. That thing's nice. But I am fixing to go to Alaska here in just a couple days. So, you know, just be prepared for that. Watch all my old videos, guys. Go through there. Watch the old stuff. Darren, Doc, I know that you do it. I know that you do it, buddy. But yeah, watch the old stuff. And I'll try and, you know, I'll put out videos about the trip and things like that. But for now, we got a couple videos, at least 2 coming with this thing after this video that you're watching, where I'm going to put it up against the Direwolf 620 and the Steel 400, MS 400. We'll see. Feels like it's running great to me. But yeah, it's such a good, clean example and everything. Whenever I port and polish it, I'll go ahead and pop those crank seals out, put some new ones in. And that way, peace of mind. Maybe it's got a slight air leak. Maybe the air leak is on the intake setup and stuff. Maybe I caused that whenever I took the carburetor off and cleaned it. Who knows? But yeah. That's got to be faster than that 400. That thing's moving. It's trucking. It's trucking all along. And it doesn't feel nearly as grabby anymore because it's got the power to just pull through it, snatch through it. Before, the chain's a tiny bit grabby because I took the rakers down, right? Just a little bit grabby. And you could really feel that before because it didn't have quite enough power to go ahead and rip right through, you know? Yeah, it's like ripping a Band-Aid off slow, and now it's got more power and it's ripping the Band-Aid off fast. That's how it's cutting, and that's why it feels smoother. Okay, so there you go. That's a blown test. I mean, it's the log is bigger. You can see because like it was some cuts the bar wasn't even going through. It was leaving a little chunk off to at the bar tip, whereas before the bar was actually clearly sticking out. So the diameter of the log is literally bigger, and nearly every cut that I made was slower than the last one. So that's a no bueno test. Not to mention it. Yeah, there's something going on there. It does seem like it's having an air leak. So, I mean, we can test it against the steel, but not in this log because it keeps changing. That little thing off to the side, it's kind of like a knot. Well, in the earlier cuts, it was a knot, and then there was a knot in the middle, and whatever. It's definitely faster. I had this same thing happen to me with the Poland 4620. Whenever I muffler modded it and it got slower, well, it's because the log changed. So this is a no bueno test. Kind of heartbreaking, but it has more power. They always have more power with a muffler mod, especially that one right there was a very restricted muffler. But whenever you add an inch in diameter, in this case it was probably 2 inches, right? 2 inches in diameter. When you add that to the log, well, I mean, you're going to cut through it slower, especially whenever it's oak like this, because that makes a difference. Anyways, it's still a video. I hope you liked it.